Hey guys, Mike here from Lunch Money Comics, and today I'm at a local comic book festival in Athol, Massachusetts. It's being put on by some local comic book writers and publishers, including Hero Shack. So I've never been to the show before. I do know some of the people inside, so let's head on in and see what we can find. Wow. All right, we got people dressed up. Good Death Star. All right, we got Matt and the famous Nishan, who's hiding in the back there, set up here as the comic book dealers. How you guys doing?
Good, how are you?
Good. You guys had any luck today?
A little bit.
A little bit?
Little golden books that they did.
Oh, nice. Oh yeah, those always work out. Cool, well let me get digging. I know you guys have the good stuff. This is Matt's box here. You know I like that one. Early Thor. First Mario. Classic Kane. I just got a Millie. Today, actually. I wish I knew you had that. I paid more for mine.
What is it?
First Mystique.
It's really rare.
These credit card points, but
It makes it easier. Oh, yes, that's right.
this is sort of a running joke I have with someone.
I carry a little action figures, a small section. I don't have a lot,
That's great.
but I do have some. And it changes constantly. Yeah. Check this out on Facebook. You can see some pictures of the store. Yeah, thank you. You too.
Always a cool book. That is a minty first Teen Titans. Right, first Raven and Cyborg.
The last show I did in Burlington was not good. Whatever, 7:30. Josh warned me that would happen. He did too. It was like so good. I accept my own. I shouldn't.
Wow, look at this. That's amazing. Red Dragon. Wow. And this is crazy. It's First Legion. That's a great cover, though.
6 of those in the census.
This?
Yep.
That's a great cover. That's great.
The insides are very nice.
This is a first Polaris, famous Steranko cover. Very cool. You know I like that. Alright, let me walk around here, see what else we have. Lots of local comic artists. We have writers. Lots of local creators, which is excellent. So much talent, guys. How's it going? So this is local artist Michael Waggoner. Fantastic stuff, sir.
Thank you, thank you.
And what do we have here?
That's Big C. That's a new comic coming out. That's a black and white preview of it.
I'd like to check it out.
Go ahead, go for it.
We have the art of Christina Erickson here. Beautiful, beautiful art. Wow. More original artwork. How you doing?
I do a bunch of artworks. I have a mix of fan art, original art. I mostly work in watercolors and alcohol inks. I've been doing artwork my whole life, but I work with my husband who does Mighty Mascot. So I've done some pinups for him, some artwork for him. Yeah, basically
Awesome.
I draw what I like and what inspires me, and if I'm lucky, other people like it too.
Awesome. Thank you so much. What was your name?
Amy Gleason.
Amy Gleason. Nice to meet you. Gonna Mighty Mascots.
Yes.
Awesome.
It's serial mascots that fight crime.
Serial mascots that fight crime. Why didn't I think of that? Amazing. I love the homage to X-Men #4.
Is that great?
It's great. All right, we have another YouTube channel. I will absolutely put this on my channel. People hopefully sub you up.
Awesome, yeah.
All right, we have some raffles. I gotta figure out what I'm interested in. Here are those mighty mascots. Yeah, I think my kids might enjoy this, so let's see if we win. Wow, we have some amazing original art by Patrick Brigham. Wow. Let's look at some looks at this. Beautiful.
Oh, is that yours? Oh, that one.
Yeah, sorry, yeah, it's mine. So here we are with Hero Shack, a local comic book creator. How you doing?
All right, how are you?
Good to see you.
Good to see you, man.
Thanks for helping sponsor this event. Looks like a pretty awesome one.
We've done wonderful today.
Excellent.
We've done wonderful today. Remember I told you
Oh,
she was
you're getting in trouble from the mess? It looks great.
Look at him.
Organized chaos.
I'm telling you.
So this is one of your main titles of the Cyclopean, right?
Yeah, that's our flagship title.
It's your flagship title, and I think I kind of want to read it, so I'm going to get this.
Wonderful, wonderful.
All right, do I get to spin the wheel too?
Yes, sir.
All right, I got to film this. Here we go. Some dropping stuff.
Where'd we land?
Purple.
Purple 1117 poster or
No, this one.
this one, the Great Cyclopean
Coloring book. Oh, my daughter would love that.
You're gonna get it.
Oh, goodness.
Coloring book.
My daughter is a coloring aficionado.
She will love that.
She will love this. That's awesome. Thank you so much. Cool. So that's a wrap on this local comic book show. I met some fantastic local comic book creators, some excellent artists, and of course I have some goodies to bring home, including a pretty good Marvel key. Let's head on back to the house and I'll show you everything that I got. So there you go. That was a local comic book festival in the small town of Athol, Massachusetts. It was put on by the town library in conjunction with a local comic book creator, Hero Shack, who you saw in the footage. And it was a great event. I think this is the second year they've done it now, where they've invited all the local comic book creators, local artists, to set up at the town hall and show off their amazing work. And I've said it on my channel in the past, guys, always try to support your local comic book creators, mostly because it's insanely hard. And I'm not just talking about having the talent to draw or paint or write. I'm talking about how hard it is to take something from your imagination and make it a physical reality. The actual publishing of this stuff not only takes a lot of time, it takes a lot of money as well. And whenever we have these events, I love to check them out, try to support these local artists. And also, I'm always blown away by how much talent there is in the area. There's talent everywhere, guys. These people are absolutely amazing. And they pour their blood, sweat, and tears into every single panel of their comic books, every single piece of art. And I tell you, I bought a couple things from these people, and it's just as good, if not better quality than all the comic books we get from the big publishers at your local comic book store. However, the other reason I was at this comic show is because two of my friends were set up as the comic book vendors, Nishan from His and Her Comics and my buddy Matt. You saw in the footage they brought some pretty great comic books. Not a ton, but they were awesome quality. So not only did I get some great local content, I also got a pretty awesome comic book to add to my collection. So before I show you what I got at this show, if you like this sort of stuff and you want to support the channel, head on down, like, comment, and subscribe. And of course, follow me on Instagram under Lunch Money Comics IG. So there were actually quite a few comic book creators and artists at this town hall show. Unfortunately, I didn't get a chance to talk to all of them because, my fault, I showed up with an hour left in the show. I was really busy. I barely made it as it was. So by the time I got there, talked with my friends, looked at some comic books, and went around to meet everyone, I only met a few people out of, the dozen or so that were there. And evidently, talking to some of the people that were there, it was a happening place earlier when they started. The place was absolutely full. By the time I got there, it was sort of like slowing down. So I only had a chance to talk to a few people, and then before I knew it, they did the raffle and we're closing up. So I am going to talk about a few of these local creators because I got stuff from them. But what I'm going to try to do is get the names of every single person that was set up there and put a link down in my description to their work, whether that's a website or a Facebook page, Instagram account. I'm going to link to it, guys. Definitely go down there and check them out for yourself. So I want to talk about a few of the local artists I got to talk to. Let's talk about some ones that I didn't buy stuff from, but I was definitely impressed with their work. The first one I want to mention is Patrick Brigham. He had some incredible original pencil work. absolutely mind-blowingly good. There's a little sample of it on the back. Really nice guy. Had a pretty nice brief conversation with him. Gave me some cool magnets. The next person I want to mention is actually a husband and wife team. It was Amy and Keith Gleason. And Keith, I actually, you heard him speak in the video because he's the one that creates Mighty Mascots. Basically, they're serial mascots that fight crime. I thought it was a really clever idea. And I thought my kids might like it as well. But he actually had a comic book, The X-Cons, and it was an homage to X-Men #4. I had every intention of getting this comic book, guys. But like I said, I was there so late. I was gabbing away, talking. Before you know it, they did the raffle and they closed up and they left. And I didn't have a chance to buy the comic book, but I was able to contact Keith on Instagram and work out details of how to get a copy of this book. So I will have it. Maybe I'll show it off in a future video. But I also want to mention Keith for another reason, because he has a comic book YouTube channel called the Indy Comics Relay. Basically, him and other comic book lovers sit down and kind of do like a podcast type of format where they talk about independent comic books. And I did check it out, and it's pretty cool because they're like shorter format videos, little like 5, 10, 15-minute videos. You can sit down and quickly digest these and see them talk about some really cool stuff. So I told them I would mention the channel on my channel. So I will definitely do so. If you go down to my description, guys, you will see a link to this YouTube channel. Check it out, sub him up. Really nice guy. And like I said, he's hooking me up with a pretty cool comic book. Now, I did get a comic book right here from another guy named Michael Waggoner. I talked to Michael for quite a while, actually, and this was his newest publication. It's called Big C Voodoo Chef. And the way he described him was that he's a chef who did voodoo. He lives in a rough and tumble city that when things get kind of rough and they push against him, he pushes back. So this is brand new. It's pretty cool. He wrote it. The art is done by another Michael, I believe, Michael Spell. So yeah, pretty cool. Happy to get it. But I also want to mention Mr. Waggoner because he actually recognized me from my channel, but he doesn't really watch my channel for, I think, the content. He watches it because he actually moved from Texas. That's where he's originally from. He moved to Vermont, and he watches my channel to try to find out where the comic books are at. He tries to find out about local comic book stores, local comic book shows, and he actually hunts for comic books in antique stores and flea markets. So that's why he watches my channel, to basically get ideas of where to hunt for this stuff. Pretty cool. It was great talking with you, Michael. Absolutely. Thank you so much. I'm excited to read this. So there's one more local comic creator I want to mention, and it is in fact Hero Shack, the sponsors of the event. They're a husband and wife team, Christopher and Diana. Diana's actually the one that organized this whole great event. And I've actually met them in the past. They were set up at a local comic book store, showing off all their work. And I had a great conversation with them, not only about, all the stuff they publish in their comic books, but about these special events that they were continuing to do in the area. And I told them if they ever did an event like this, I would help them support it. And at the time, they actually gave me a whole bunch of cool stuff for my kids, and I bought this t-shirt from them for my son featuring their marquee character, the Great Cyclopean. So it was great seeing them again. We had a great conversation, and I definitely had to get a comic book from them this time. So what better book to get than this? This is The Great Cyclopean #1 from 2021, art and story by Christopher Tomulovich. And I said it earlier, guys, the quality of some of these publications rivals or surpasses the publishers that we all know and love that we get at comic book stores. And this is no exception. I don't know who they used to print this, but the quality is incredible. It's a square-bound book, high cardstock paper. The colors are fantastic. Lots of whimsy, really cool looking book. But the cover and the back, I don't know what it's coated in. It's almost like rubberized. That's the best way I can explain it. It just feels amazing. Just incredibly high quality. I'm really excited to read this. It looks like something my kids would enjoy as well. It was $10 and worth every penny, guys. But if you bought something from them, they also had a little wheel you could spin, and you could win other prizes. So I spun it, and the prize that I won, and I couldn't be happier, was this. This is the Hero Shack coloring book featuring all of their characters. And the reason why I was so excited about this is my 7-year-old daughter is a coloring aficionado. Not only that, she's an aspiring artist, and the thing she's been into lately more than anything else is creating her own comic books. Talk about making a dad proud. Yeah, she's been grabbing pieces of paper. She draws out the panels, starts drawing, art, and fills in the text bubbles. She's really into it right now. She's actually a pretty good artist for 7 years old. I've been really trying to foster this and keep it going with her. So I was recently at a local library book sale, and I found a couple of cool things, really cheap. These were like $1 each. How to draw, the Marvel way, how to create comic books with a whole bunch of panels already done. So I've been really trying to get her into this stuff and really, again, foster foster this in her. So when I brought this home, I thought it'd be perfect for her. She was super excited to see it. And then I promptly took it away because I had to make this video. She was very upset. Still, I'll give it back to her after I do this video. It's fun to get my kids comic book stuff, guys. You know, they give me great things like this awesome comic t-shirt for Father's Day. So I love spoiling them with comic book stuff as long as they still appreciate it. So huge thanks to the people at Hero Shack, to Christopher and Diana putting on a fantastic local comic book show. And definitely thank you for these fantastic things. Once again, guys, I'll put a link to all these people down in my description. I'll put a link directly to where you can check out all of Hero Shack's stuff. Once again, thank you so much, guys. I really appreciated talking with you as well. So I got one more comic book on the day, and it's definitely not from a local comic creator. This is from one of the big publishers, and it's a pretty big key. So I mentioned my friends Nishan and Matt were set up at this show. They have some fantastic books, and they know exactly what I like. So there were a lot of books I could have brought home on this day. But throughout the afternoon, they were sending me messages like, hey, you gonna stop by? You gonna swing by and say hi? Like I said, I was running late. And I was planning to. But I also knew that Matt had a comic book that I've really wanted. It's a book I've been looking for at local comic book shows for months, and it's either too expensive or the condition isn't quite there. I knew Matt had a great quality book that he would be able to sell me at a great price. So I responded to him via text, hey, do you have that book on you? And when he said yes, I knew there was a very good chance I'd be going home with it. What book is it? It's this. This is Marvel Premiere number 15 from 1974, written by Roy Thomas, art by Gil Kane, and of course, this is the first appearance of Danny Rand, also known as Iron Fist. Let's forget for a second the Netflix Iron Fist show existed. I loved all the Netflix shows except for Iron Fist. I just did not like the depiction of Danny Rand. But that aside, I've loved Iron Fist since the first time I laid eyes on his Marvel Series 2 trading card. He is an awesomely cool looking character. The yellow and the green costume, the cool dragon tattoo on his chest, the fact he can make a fist that glows with his chi. Very cool character, martial arts character. He is awesome. I've always liked him, and therefore I've always wanted this book. It's a cool Bronze Age Marvel key. But like I said, this book is either prohibitively expensive or it's in bad condition when I find it, which bums me out because this book has come down quite a bit in price. I mean, the whole comic, industry has come down, but this one in particular seems to have dropped quite a bit, I think because the Netflix show wasn't that well received. So I've seen low condition copies of this book go for under $100 on eBay, but I wanted a slightly better one. Matt had a price tag of $150 on this. I took it out, asked him how much, and he said, how about $100? No brainer, guys. I took out $100 and handed it to him. Absolutely worth finally getting this book for $100. This is a pretty high quality one too, guys. I think it's definitely probably in the 7 to 7.5 range. The only real blemishes I see is a couple little chips up here on the top. Fantastically cool book. Sort of a great capstone to a day that was otherwise, local comic book creations. It's also fun to get a big first appearance key to add to your collection. So there you go. That was my quick stop at a local comic book festival. I met some fantastic people, got some great local comic book content, as well as a pretty cool Marvel key to add to my collection. Head on down to the comments. Let me know what you think of the entire thing. Let me know if you've ever been to local shows like this that feature local comic creators. Always support these guys. They pour their heart and blood and soul into everything they do, and they could always use our support. Keep hunting for comic books in strange and unusual places. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.